What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Playmaker Journey. Sealed only Code Talker Cyberse. Did you enjoy your vacation? That's good. What did you did? Aha. Okay. So guys, to stay tuned, remember to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, like the video, join our Discord, and without further ado, let's just jump right into the opening, and I will have a very interesting take on the deck on this episode, and I hope you enjoy it. Into the Vrains! If you were at the Discord, you would have seen what's coming this week. Is with extreme sadness that we gotta open Extreme Force. Our last Code Talker is in here, and maybe we can get it. Let's try for it. We also are going to open 3 of the Freezing Chain structure deck to try to get a specific trap card from here. And last but not least, we also have these Circuit Break Special Edition, once again going for that common that we were very unlucky on the last episode. So I'm going to prepare everything and let's start rolling. Okay, everything is in place. Let's just go for it. We have so many packs, 12 packs to be specific. Showdown of the Secret Sensei, Time Dangler Intruder, Link Hole, Steel Storm Origin, and Overtex Quatlus. Shoutouts to the Pokemon Arc. He destroyed me with these. And Fire Formation Prison. I have no idea of much of the things that come on this set other than the Excode, and I'm like, we're actually only looking for the Excode. So we have a Kuryu Obi-Wan, a Zombinu, Stripping Partner, Ghost Bird, and a Downbeat. Mac Knight, Tindanglo, Togart, Tindanglo Protector. And that's kind of the thing, like, there's not much to get from here. All we can get, it's honestly the Excode. Vandred Revolution. Let's try one Circuit Break. We still need to open at least one of the Freezing Chain structure deck. Look what it has. So we have a Nimble Beaver. And there we go. We got it. Link Infra Flyer. Our Wind Extender. That will be a lot better if we can pull Excode today. Self-Destruct Ant, Trickster, Auto Rocket Dragon. Ooh! Our Dragon Link is starting to look a lot better. We have another Link Hole, Vacuum Tick, Tindanglo, Nagel's Protection, Vector Scare Archfiend, and a Mac Knight Indigo Eclipse. Okay. This is 6th, 7th, 5th pack. Tindanglo Angel, Tindanglo. Wow, we have a lot of Tindanglos. And we got ourselves the ultra rare. It is not the Excode, it is a Clara and Rushka, the Ventrilo duo. One normal summoned or set monster. That's interesting. You can make a link out of a set monster. That will be half of it, and then we can go for the more Secret Break, even though we got just what we wanted. So we have a Column Switch, FA Test Run, Secure Gardena, Mythical Bestiamorph, and then Altergeist Hextia, Tindanglo Protector, Lockout Gardena, DD Seeker, and World Legacy World Shield. I'm gonna do another Circuit Break, and we're going to look on that Freezing Chain structure deck. So we have a Accumulator, a Mermail Abyss something, Crawler something, Anna's Rocket Dragon, Backup Squad, and a ultra rare Trickster Black Catbat. Another ultra rare, this one from the special edition. It is a good ultra rare. No, we're not playing Tricksters, but hey, I won't complain. So now let's take a look at the Freezing Chains structure deck. I also I actually already played this, but for the series, we go again. So let's start with our new cards that we're not playing, but we have a Revealer of the Ice Barrier, a Speaker for the Ice Barrier, and a Zujin of the Ice Barrier. We then have the Winds over the Ice Barrier, a Trishula Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier, the Lauren Tiger King of the Ice Barrier, Brionek, Gungnir, and Trishula, the 3 legendary dragons. All very cool, none of this is what we are here for. General Wayne, Hexa Spirit, Blizzard, Cryomancer, Prior, Defender, Warlock, Spellbreaker, Strategist, Dance Princess, Daisojo, General, Median, General. All of these are Ice Barriers. Then we have the different supports like Jinex Controller and Undyne, Aqua Spirit, Dupe Frog, Ronin Totem, Fishbug Launcher because Blaster, yeah, Mongolacia, another Silent Angler, Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier, very interesting one, Magic Triangle of the Ice Barrier, Medallion of the Ice Barrier. I think this is one of the best Rhodas a archetype could ever have, like it's just any monster of your archetype. Mirror of the Ice Barrier, Salvage, Surface, Where Are Dove, Pointer of the Red Lotus, that's not the card that we want actually, Fiendish Chain, Iceban, Mind Drain, Heavy Storm Duster, and there we go. The one card we were looking for, a Crackdown. Why? We are going to play 3 of these in a variant of the deck that has a lot more trap cards and play Desires as a way to go first a lot better than going second. And that's why we needed this. We're going to open 2 more after. And for our promos that I totally forgot, we have a Stardust, Chronicle Spark Dragon, and a Lockout Godna. Oh, this is a Cyberse? Interesting. When an opponent wants to declare a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by Battle Destroy. When an effect of a monster your opponent controls is activated that targets one Cyberse monster you control, and no other cards, quick effect, you can negate the effect of both that Cyberse monster you control and an opponent's monsters until the end of this turn. No. Thank you, but no. Let's just keep going. So we have a Titan Danglo Hound, FA Test Run, Mahjong Munya, World Legacy Key, and okay, we got ourselves a second ultra rare, a Isolde, 2 Tales of the Noble Knights. I didn't know this came on this set. Oh well, that's a good card that I did want to pull, but for some reason now I'm afraid, because we've opened 2 ultra rares. Ah, my Jesus. Okay, sorry about that one. Beat Trooper, Column Switch, Tindanglo Angel, Artifact, Mihonir, okay. A Master King Archfiend and another Altergeist Hexia. Wow, getting duplicates already. Okay. So we have an FA Motor, FA Test Run, Yokozuna Clip. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey! We got it! Guys! Ah! Excode Talker! What? 3 Ultras! Oh boy. Guys, this is the last Code Talker! We finished the collection! We have all Code Talkers! I was talking on Discord if I should get something for doing this. I'll probably decide later, but this is the last Code Talker! We did it! Oh my god! We got everything we needed for the episode. Oh my god, well, I still have 3 packs to open and I can not open them. We have a Tindango Hound FA called Ritual Beast and a Zephyra Metaltron. I have Zephyras, aren't they pendulums? Supposed to be pendulums? I just can't be real. 14 episodes. That's like 3 months plus. Another Secure Gardener, Trindango, Artifact, Clifford. Oh! Is that a secret rare? Ooh, a Hatronade. Secret rare Hatronade. Oh wow, this half of the box was... Oh my god, the card has... Oh, you probably won't see because my cell phone is really bad. But the card has some lines of damage. Like around the whole impression of the card. Wow, that's really sad. But hey, it's a secret rare, first edition Hatronade. I'll take it. And our last pack of the episode. Our last Extreme Force pack at the episode at least. We have a Yokozuna, Tindanglo, Zombino, Vector Scare, and Curious, the Light Swarm, the minion. I think I see this being played. Oh, I think I know for what I need these. It's a secret. It's a secret. And this is our last pack of the day. A last circuit break pack, even though we already have what we wanted. We still need to open, so we have a Temple of the Mind's Eye, Duck Dummy, a one-time passcode. Oh! That's interesting! Link Bumpa! This is a card that Playmaker uses, I believe, on episode 3 or 4 of Vrains. He uses to make an interesting combo, and it's a Cyberse. Well, I'll throw it in the collection. Oh wow. So here are the spoils for this episode. We have our 3 crackdowns, and you're going to see how they're going to play on the deck in a moment. And we also have our Link Infra Flyer, which interestingly enough, I don't think I'll play today on this version that I'm going to play off the deck, but we'll probably come back on the next episode. Excode Talker, last Code Talker that we needed. It's here, collection is complete. And Link Bumper, just because Playmaker uses it, so let's try to use it at some point or another, probably not today. But yeah, I'm gonna show you now that crazy version of the deck, and I hope you like it. And that's it! Into the Brains! Guys, here is the deck. Main deck, completely different comparing to any other episode, any other version. Basically, the deck is a bunch of trios. We have 3 Parallel Exceed, 3 Gachiri, 3 Lady Debug, 3 Code Generator, 3 Backup Secretary, 2 Ash because we only have 2 instead of 3, 3 Microcoder, 1 Dotscaper because we only have 1 Ash to complete the 3 hand traps, 1 Datacorn, and believe me, is not that bad because we have 1 for 1, and we have also the Code Talker Inverted, can summon this, will activate its effect, very interesting. The main engine that we use here is that we use this 3 Pot of Desires to draw into all of those 10 trap cards, and so we can go first and set a defensive board with a unaffected Access Code Talker on board. That's actually optional, you can, and with different boards I like to go for a unaffected Access Code via Gachiri at Ignister. So we also have 3 Signet Codex, 3 Impermanence, 2 Compulsory Evacuation Device, the 3 Crackdown that we opened the Freezing Chains to get today, and of course 2 Signet Conflict. Could be 3, but I decided against and put only 2. Normally you only use Desires after you finish, or you made your link plays, now you're going to Desires to try to draw some traps. The extra deck didn't have that many changes.
Oh. Wait a second. Firewall is not here. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the replays. This strategy changes to going first instead of going second. And I actually think this is the easiest version to play, but I rather play the other one. So let's jump right into the games. No, into the Vraiins again, I don't worry. So our first game is against another sealed only creator, that being Code Yu-Gi-Oh! So he chooses to go first, which is not what we want with this deck, but it's okay. He sets 2 traps and a Squamata. We go for Cyberse Code Deck plus Lady Debug, no effect activated. We then normal special summon our backup secretary. He ends up flipping his Squamata and it's able to destroy the Lady Debug. So we go for Gachiri at Ignister, and now he uses El Shadow Fusion to summon a Shadow Construct. If this was a Winda, we would have a problem. Since it is not, and we can still go for a plays, we go for a Splash Mage. We didn't use the effect, then we Link Shokan our Code Talker and trigger Microcoder to add a Signet Conflict. When we try to use Transcode's effect, he Diddy Crows Splash Mage out of the graveyard. So we go for a Code Talker, bump it up, we send a Dotscaper to the grave via Code Generator, destroy the construct via effect. We are not battling. Actually, we went to the battle phase and he uses a electromagnetic turtle. He activates a Foolish Burial, sending a Wendy, sets a Aerial, then goes for his El Shadow Fusion. We negate that with Conflict. He sets a Dogmatica Punishment. We use Microcoder to go into Inverted, so we have here a few triggers. We have Inverted, we have Microcoder, and we also have Signet Codec. He then activates the punishment, targeting the Inverted. This will cancel most of the chain. The only piece we still get is the one to add Dispel or Trap via Microcoder. We then start to use our Access Code effect to clean up the board. Actually, we only destroy one monster. We, for some reason, did not destroy the Squamata. He ends up flipping it back, he draws into another one, flips it up, tries to get rid of Access Code. We're going to banish it with our Conflict. We draw into a 1-for-1, and here you can see Data Cord coming into the play. We get our token, we go into Balinks, Splash Mage. Now we can use Splash Mage effect, go into Code Generator, and Signet Codec, both full triggers, so we can add 2 Cyberse to our hands. Splash Mage comes back, we then summon our new Excode Talker right here. But what we actually really want to do is use a Gachiri at Ignister and go into a Trigate Wizard. This way, triggering Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed will bring a second Parallel Exceed, and this will bring a Update Jammer, so we can have the co-link here to banish the Squamata and go into Lethal. For game 2, we were actually made to go first, and that's what we want. We start with our Lady Debug and go into Code Talker, triggering our Parallel Exceed. We are going to add the Signet Codec because we already have the Conflict. So we activate the Codec, go to Splash Mage. Splash Mage will bring Parallel Exceed back. Ring Shokan, Code Talker, trigger the Codec, get the Gachiri. Gachiri negates Code. Go into Encode. Encode will trigger to get a Backup Secretary. Go into the Backup Secretary and go at Access Code Otoka. Here it would be perfect if I could have made like a Firewall Dragon, but I forgot. But so we set a Conflict and a Dimensional Barrier. He starts with a Pancratops, tries to use an effect on the grave. Schoolmeister is going to solve that. Then he goes into Dino Wrestler Pancratops effect, targeting Dimensional Barrier. We are just going to use Dimensional Barrier and say Fusion just to be sure. We are able to destroy his Schism, and then he goes into a Diddy Crow with our Splash Mage, which is okay. Once again, 1-for-1, win Data Corn, getting ourselves a token. We have more than enough for Leto. Go battle phase and finish game 2, taking our first match win of the episode with this variant of the deck. The second match is against a viewer from the Discord, TCG, and we are able to go first. We have the Desires and the Crackdown in the hand, and as you can see, he's playing Blackwings, which is not something that you'll see on an everyday basis, but I remember my nightmares from back in the day and from Duel Links. We go into this play of getting a unaffected Access Code Talker by Gachiri Gnister plus a Transcode Talker, so no targeting, unaffected. Then we go for our desires to draw into 2 cards. We draw into a Ash and a Lady Debug. So we set a Crackdown and a Conflict, being like, okay, we're very well protected. He starts with a Black Whirlwind and then goes for his Simoon, the Poison. We go into Conflict because I know what that combo can do. And at this point I decide to just steal the Gale to prevent him from going into a Helki Fibrex. He then does links into a Wystrix, but we use the Ash on the Wystrix effect and he gives us the Scoop. Game 2, he decides to go first this time, and he does start with his Simoon, the Poison Wind, and will trigger his Black Whirlwind and will be able to add his monsters. Goes into the Wystrix. This one we are going to Valor, no reason to let it go. He then summons a Ulster the Southwind, adds a Harmatan the Dust, goes into a Monster Reborn. He has 4 bodies on the field, goes into a Rusty Bardish. At this point I was like, what? Sets a Fog Blade and uses the effect of Ancient Cloak. Let me pause it real quick. Ancient Cloak will send the Boots. The Boots will then add the Shade Brigandine. He goes into a IP Masquerena, so I think he was trying to prepare like the Goddess or something like that for during my turn. He then goes into the Shade Brigandine, Synchro Shokans into Barrowload Savage and gets the Wystrix as the equipment, so he has 2 Barrel counters. Has the Ash, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4 interruptions that we need to play against with our hand. We draw into a Datacorn, which normally we prefer to be on the deck. So we start with Cynet Codec, that's normal summon the Datacorn and go into Code Talker by using Microcoder from the hand. So now we have a few triggers, we have Microcoder on the graveyard and Cynet Codec. And we also are going to, if this was TCG, we could chain block, so we cannot chain block exactly, but we can go into Parallel Exceed, and will be negated, so we already dealt with 2 of his interruptions, which is not a problem. Then we go for our desires, and this one he'll respond for a Nightmare Unicorn. We end up getting into a Code Generator and a Lady Debug out of our desires, so we can go into Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker can use its effect then to get a something from the graveyard, which it totally skipped that. We just go straight for Gachiri Gnister and Excode Talker. And now we are going to start to clean up the field so we can do some damage. So we start with the Bardiche, then we go for the Unicorn, which is protected, and then we take the Fog Blade. Why I didn't destroy the Fog Blade? Because this was unaffected. That was why. He tries to go into an effect and then decides to scoop it up again. Game 3, once again we have a sealed only creator, that being Echorion during his sealed only heroes, actually singles only heroes, sorry. We start Lady Debug and we actually fired a Desires at the start to correct the hand, but it was good. We end up in a board of Transcode Talker plus Code Talker. He starts with a Fusion Destiny, we are going to totally ash that. He then goes into Vion. His effect is still resolving, but the Vion is now on our field. That's something that I need to learn about Crackdown, and that's why I think I would rather play possibly more Compulsories instead of Crackdowns, but we just got them. When he goes into his Miracle Fusion, we are going to use our Cynet Conflict to negate that. He then goes into his extra hero Cross Crusader, and it's able to get rid of our Transcode Talker and clears up our field. But as you can see, our hand, it's actually very good. We go Lady Debug, this is going to add a Code Generator, we special summon Backup Secretary, Link Shokan into Splash Mage, which will trigger Parallel Exceed, get Parallel Exceed, use Splash Mage effect, get Microcoder back, go into Code Talker just to add a Cynet Codec, and keep the adding game going. Link Shokan, Transcode Talker, use the effect, get something, wait, Code Generator, send my Dotscaper, oh my Jesus. Gachiri on the field, look at that! We went for an empty board to a full complete board, and this access code, it was made using a Gachiri Gnister, a Trigate Wizard, and a Update Jammer. So he has like all protections in the world and can attack 2 times. Right? So let's clear up the field, and we have 2 attacks that we don't even need it because Transcode could do the rest. Game 2, Accordions makes we go first once again. This version of the deck wants to go first, so we Link Shokan, Splash Mage, triggers Parallel Exceed. Now we can use Splash Mage's effect, get the backup secretary back, Link Shokan, Transcode Talker. Now we can play a Gachiri from the hand, use Transcode's effect, get Splash Mage back, go into Excode Talker once again. We're not using it how it should be used for a U-Link because we don't have Ibli yet. So we go into our access code, boosted, untargetable, totally protected. This looked like we were going to do a U-Link, but was not exactly what we were going for. But we can special summon the Lady Debug thanks for Code Talker inverted and go into a Tri-Gate Wizard. And that finishes our turn. He goes into a Fusion Destiny. We use our only interruption in that Fusion Destiny. He then goes into his Solid Soldier for a Stratos, goes into Miracle Fusion, gets his Sunrise. He will add a Honest News, and this will be enough for him to get rid of Transcode Talker. But in our turn we can just go into our access code shenanigans of negating everything. Go into a Code Talker, we'll do a few triggers here just because now we need to get 8k on the board. Which with a second copy of Transcode Talker is easily done. So that's the third match. Wait, no, he did use the Dyna tag to stop our damage. So he goes into a Miracle Fusion, goes into a Elemental Hero with Scooty Down. Torrential Tribute set, we are not going to take any chances, so we just use Access Integration and go into the battle phase to finish match number 3. And our last game of the episode is against Hydro, another viewer from the Discord. If you want to play and be on the episode, join the Discord, link in the description, so you can be here participating. He's brought his Earth Machine deck, very interesting one. Let's see how we go. After going to Code Talker, we Link Shokan, Transcode Talker. Now we can add a bunch of cards, use the effect, get Code Talker back, go into a inverted because we want to play something from the hand, but we didn't have a target at the time, so that was a dumb move by me. So we go for our Excode Talker, we still have our Gachiri Ignister, and now we go for our unaffected Access Code Talker. We set a Silent Conflict and a Crackdown. He draws, he goes into Heavy Forward, we are just going to blindly use an Ash. He sets 2 cards, passes, we go Access Code, we'll get rid of 1, Access Code, we'll get rid of the 2nd. He couldn't target anything with this, so we can just go Battle Phase and finish game 1. And for game 2, after sighting in, and you can see here a Draw and Lockbird ready to go. He decides to go first because he realized that we are trying to go first here. He goes into a double-headed Anger Knuckle, gets his Machina Citadel, which is negated. That's the thing. Machina Citadel has its effect negated, so it cannot clear our board. So we go for 1/1 with a Dotscaper, then we use Microcoder, we go Code Talker, trigger Parallel Exceed and get Dotscaper back and bring ourselves a Signet Code deck. He fired a Draw and Lockbird, so we cannot add anything else, so all we have is what we have. So we're gonna try to play with that. We go Splash Mage, he tries to use his Machina Citadel effect, but it is negated, so he can go Transcode Talker, Transcode, bring Splash Mage back, Link Shokan again, and the Link Shokan Access Code Talker. We have enough Fogger on the graveyard to basically clear the board and go in for the OTK once again. And that's it! We finish with a 4-0 record, which is very good. I didn't thought this version would be so cool. But guys, let me know in the comments if you rather see this version more or the normal version. Next episode I'll probably be going for the normal version of the deck again. Remember also to join the Discord, maybe we can be playing here. I always request the duels on the Discord. And once again guys, thank you so much for all the support you're you're giving. We're almost at the 500 subscribers mark, so make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And thank you all again, like the video, leave a comment, and I'll see you next week on episode 15. Logging out.